Welcome back to another episode, guys. I'm your host Hakman in sunny Alberta. It's a really windy day, but I will try to speak as clearly as I can, and hopefully you guys can hear me while I'm talking. In today's episode, I want to find out if this CX-5 is better than the brand names that have been out there for so long. Toyota and Honda have been killing it in the small SUV segment for a long time, but I think this Mazda Cx-5 puts a good challenge to both of those contenders. Now let's find out in today's episode if this Cx-5 GT Turbo, that's priced at roughly 40 to 42,000 Canadian, better than a Toyota RAV4 or a Honda CR-V. Not too long ago on my channel, the link is in the description for a 2021 Mazda GT Turbo. I did that review and I found that Mazda has really come a long way and upped their game. And this CX-5 is no exception. It actually has premium quality interior, and the exterior, when you compare it to the competitors, I think it's really nice, like how they've made it. Sort of looks like a Jaguar, but it's not. What do you guys think of the exterior styling on this vehicle? In the last 5 to 6 years, Mazda has really come a long way. They've upped their game to compete with all the big boys. If you guys haven't subscribed, this is the time for you guys to subscribe, like my videos, comment on what you guys think, so I can always do better from the feedback that you guys give. Moving on from that, let's get into this Mazda CX-5 and really see if it does compete with the premium brands out there. Talking about the interior quality, I do appreciate the work that Mazda has put in. They've done a really good job with, thinking of what the consumer would like. It's a really well thought out car interior wise. The engineering that went into the handling and response is also really good on it. Small things like the climate control, then you have the sport button here. It's a really good touch if you just want to, click off a switch and you're from drive mode to sport mode. This Mazda is powered by a 2.5 liter Skyactiv engine. It has a single turbo and it's mated to a 6-speed automatic transmission. This car makes 227 horsepower and 310 pound-feet of torque on regular gas. And if you want to crank it up to 250 horsepower and 320 pound-feet of torque, you can put 93 octane and this baby bumps up the power. Okay, sport mode, manual. Line seems to be 6.5, but it was cutting out at 6. Or it could be the delay in the transmission as well, that when you upshift, you gotta upshift quite a bit further out than the cutout. It kept up with the speed that I went in the corner. Coming out, it was about the same, so not bad. Handling is pretty good for a 3,800 pound car. The engine responds really well in drive mode, but I find there is a little bit of turbo lag in it. The engine is a little late to respond when you upshift, but again, it's an automatic. It's not supposed to be a dual clutch transmission or anything. Mated with this engine, I think it's doing a good job. So it does have a sport mode that you can, with a click of a button, you activate, and I haven't put it in manual, but it's actually shifted down itself, and it's doing a good job of such a big car. It weighs in around 23 pounds, and not bad for a small SUV. So Another plus point for this Mazda, if you like some spirited driving, it comes with a lot of standard features all across the board. So it doesn't matter if you get the non-turbo, the base, or you get the GT turbo like this one. You get safety features like lane assist and blind spot assist, rear view camera. All of these things are already built in. This GT turbo has a BMW-esque heads-up display, and it does a good job. It shows you what the speed limit is on the road. It shows you if you're, so if I'll try to go, yeah, so here we go. It's telling me that I'm going off the road. I don't know if you can see this. It thinks that the speed on here is, oh, it just changed. So I thought that the speed limit was 5 kilometers and I was going 80 above. On the safety side of things, if you're going, you can set it as well. Like if you're going at 80, if the speed limit is 80 and you're going 10 or 20 above, you can set to where you want it to warn you. It gives you an audible warning or a visual warning, or both. The first thing that I really like about this car is the sharp exterior and interior styling. Both of them are spot on for a small SUV. You know, Mazda has really done a good job with the styling. The second thing to love about this is the sharp handling. I didn't expect that it would handle this sharp, but even if you're just driving and you throw it in a corner, it does really well. It does feel like not a smaller car, but a mid-sized car, but doesn't feel heavy at all. Does not feel heavy at all, and it does a really good job in cornering. Mazda has standardized the safety features all across the board, from the base model up to the signature model. So if you're not a big fan of the turbo, or you don't want a turbo, you just want a naturally aspirated engine, you can choose to do that, but the standard features remain the same. Another thing I really like is the heads-up display on this car. It tells you the speed limit, it tells you what your speed is, what your cruise is set to, and also enables you to see if you're not looking at the gauge cluster, you're just looking at the heads-up display. It actually tells you when you're going off the road, and just like that, it vibrates the steering wheel. You can actually adjust the haptic feedback on these cruise control that maintains a certain distance that you would like. And you can also see the stuff, all the stuff here, if you don't want the heads-up display on, or if it's not visible. Like right now, if I have my sunglasses on, it is a little on the lighter side, but if I take them off, it's perfectly visible. Things I don't like about the Mazda, there are a few. Number one would be the hood strut. It has the old, like, mechanical, would you even call it a strut? Not sure, but it has one of those mechanical stoppers for the hood. If you're going for a premium product, I would have gone with a hydraulic strut, so that when you open the hood, it just opens up and you don't have to put anything to stop it from coming down. Another thing that I wasn't able to capture while I had the car with me is the infotainment system. If you look at the graphics on it, they've been using this for too long, and I know they're changing it in 2022, but they should have changed it a while back. This does look really tacky. Let's say you leave it overnight and then you start it. This infotainment system takes so long, and then connecting to your phone and all these things, you want them to be snappy when you sit in the car and you are going to work or like on a long journey. It does add to the annoyance of it. if there's something between the engine and transmission that I don't like, I would say the transmission, because the engine is actually really peppy. It really wants to go. Transmission requires quite a bit of time if you're doing it manually. So when you upshift, from the time you click the button to the time it upshifts, it is quite a bit of delay, and that's an annoyance for me. Another thing that I don't like is this space in the cabin and the cargo. It is smaller than the competition, so if you're looking for a bigger car, this probably isn't the car for you. But it does seat 4 to 5 people comfortably, and you can fit your dog in with a little bit of luggage if you're going on a weekend getaway. If you have a family of 3 with a car seat in the back, I think you can still have another person sit comfortably. But I wouldn't recommend it if you have a family of 4 with 2 car seats. But cargo space for your luggage and stuff, it is on the smaller side. If you are in the market for a comfortable car that also has tried to give you the premium brand quality, do check the CX-5 out. If you're not stuck on buying a Honda CR-V or a Toyota RAV4, you will be surprised once you sit in the interior. It's very comfortable and very functional, very well thought out interior in this car, and the ergonomics are really good. If you're not stuck on a specific brand, I would shop around and do give this Mazda Cx-5 a chance if you're willing to. Hope you enjoyed today's episode. Once again, if you haven't subscribed, liked the channel, or watched my videos and commented, I would really appreciate if you would do so. The people who've already done that, thank you so much. I really appreciate it.